I just really wasn't cut out for the 9 to 5, waking up every morning, waiting traffic, going to a flooring job. I mean, I enjoy flooring, don't get me wrong, but I don't enjoy it every day.
Yeah.
So life has changed quite a bit. Started back with Gerry, I think it was 3 years ago, and it was the Breakthrough Academy. Went to San Diego, like you said, and came back, started doing 60,000 plus a month, and had some falling out with Facebook ad accounts. Got those back up and slowly started ramping up again. And last month I did over $160,000. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Nick Torson. I'm from Sacramento, California. I'm here with Gerry at the Mind Control Mastermind. Great weekend. Had an awesome experience. They taught us a lot of stuff on how offers work and the psychology behind it, and I really enjoyed everything. It's starting to come together, and I'm starting to understand why these offers work.
Nick Torson, how you doing, man?
Pretty good.
I hear things have been going rather well for you lately.
Oh yeah, it's been going really good.
What's your ideal situation? I mean, what's your dream job? Do you imagine yourself someday, working from home, or what?
That's been my dream for 8 years. So yeah, I've been having that desire for such a long time, and I just keep going at it. My boss and my old boss and my mom's been supportive. My girlfriend. A lot of people though just kind of put me down, like, oh, you're getting scammed, and this and that, and just hear a ton of that stuff.
So Nick Torson, how's it going,
What's
man?
up? It's going great.
Hey, this is the second interview that we've had together. I remember it was like at least 3 years ago, wasn't it? When we did the first one, something like that.
At least, yeah.
I'll just kind of fill the audience in here a little bit. But like 3 years ago, Nick came to me and he ended up, I think he had joined me in San Diego at my first ever live little training program, and we taught you Facebook ads, and you ended up, I believe, making like 60 grand or something like that your first month. I believe it was something like that.
Yeah.
Later on, Nick became part of our mentor program here, and he's been teaching our other students to connect the dots and bring, and get themselves up to that breakthrough state. And, I just wanted to bring Nick on here today and just highlight, shine a little spotlight on Nick and show you, a few years later, like what life is like, and, and kind of share with him, or, share with our students, with our audience, your success story. And so here we are. I'm in Bali, and you are, where are you at right now?
I'm in California, Elk Grove.
Hillgrove, California. Yeah, so same area. That you haven't really moved that much in the last 3 years. Still in the same area, right?
Pretty much. I went from Elk Grove to Rockland and Roseville, about 45 minutes up north, and then back down here. So close to the family.
Geographically, you're kind of in the same place, but in every other area of your life, a lot has changed. You got a new child now. You're married, right? Or you have the significant other now. And can you just tell us your story? Tell us your story from what happened, what happened to you? You were a flooring contractor at one point. You were down on your knees, I don't know, I guess banging nails into the floor.
Yeah, life has changed quite a bit, from being a flooring contractor, working from home. It's just been great, being able to hang out with my son. He's 10 months old now. I've been thinking about that the last few weeks, and just picturing my life as a flooring contractor, and how things would have been compared to how they are now. So completely different than what I thought it was going to be like. Super blessed, super happy, Started back with Gerry, I think it was 3 years ago, and it was the Breakthrough Academy. And I had my breakthrough with the credit card knife, and then went to San Diego, like you said, and came back, started doing 60,000 plus a month, and had some falling out with Facebook ad accounts. got those back up and slowly started ramping up again. And last month I did over $160,000. So yeah,
It's not bad.
pretty.
It's not bad. In some areas of the country, in America, one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in, you could buy a house cash with that money.
Yeah.
To put it in perspective, I said this to Victoria last month too. I want to point this out. We did an interview with Victoria. You know, I think Nick is basically the guy who mentored Victoria to success. So last month, Victoria made $120,000, I think it was. She, on one promotion, she was up to $230,000. Now she's probably closer to, I know she broke the $250,000 mark. I bet you she's probably closer to the $300,000 mark now. That was just a couple weeks ago. So, Nick actually was her coach, was her mentor. So, she owes you a gratitude and thanks, I think, for everything that you did for her. So I remember when she came on and you're helping change lives now and transform people's lives. So for me to sit here now, it's like looking into a keyhole into another universe, of our past. But it's like I'm looking at you sitting there as a flooring contractor and having these same sort of ambitions in life, thinking like, man, I want it, Gerry. I want it. I remember you saying that, like, I want it so bad. I really do. I'll do anything. I'm gonna make this happen for myself. I remember that conversation that we had, and it was on camera too. So this is all recorded. Well, maybe that conversation wasn't, but I remember that. And then now, and then I remember Victoria coming in and Victoria saying those same things. And then when I put her in touch with you. And then now here both of you are, like 3 years later, here both of you are just having, this amazing success. And it's not just you, it's not just Victoria, but there's so many other students out there that you're working with. Victoria is a mentor now too, and she's helping people achieve these great things. It's an amazing thing to see and to be a part of. Next month, you guys are both coming out to Bali to hang out with us here at our estate in Bali.
Yeah.
For the big mastermind, Bali mastermind. That's going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Can you take me back? Can you take me back to what life was like for you before any of this happened? Before you had your breakthrough? Do you remember what life was like? Why was it that you were so hungry for change? What was the problem in your life back then?
Well, I just really wasn't cut out for the 9 to 5. Waking up every morning, waiting traffic, going to a flooring job. I enjoy flooring, don't get me wrong, but I don't enjoy it every day.
Yeah.
So it was a trade. It was good and all, but I thought about where I'm at now and where I want to be. Spending time with my family and my girlfriend, and I wouldn't be able to do that doing flooring. So I'm super grateful that I stuck with it. Even when things were super rough and I thought, about throwing in the towel, I just stuck with it, and it paid off finally. It just takes lots of persistence and lots of drive. It's not a get rich quick scheme by all means. So.
Totally. So you've had this big transition. Can you share with the audience, because this is the thing that I've noticed. When we have an interview like this, what happens is there's thousands of people, tens of thousands of people that are going to see this video. And when they do, in fact, there's probably hundreds of thousands of people that are going to see this video. And when they do, they're looking at you and they're trying to figure out, like, what's the difference between you, Nick, and the old Nick, the Nick that was struggling, that couldn't figure it out? What's that, if you had to put your finger on it and say, what is that breakthrough, what is the thing that separated the old you from the new you? Like, why? How did you overcome? Because you got to admit, it was a hurdle. It was a major hurdle for you. I remember you said that you'd done this for years, trying to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, it's like you had this transition. I can tell you what I think those transition points are, what those hurdles were for me, but I want to know from you, like, what do you think now in hindsight?
For me, that's a tough question, but the best answer that I have really would be believing in yourself. I believed, but I didn't 100% believe in myself. Like I didn't have it. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, I just believe it's mine. So
It is yours.
I just believed it, and I just materialized out of nothing. So
yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? What is there a secret to it, or is it just persistence and just
It's
never
really,
giving up, believing in yourself? Do you have to
I think
see
it's
it
like,
materialize? You have to get a little taste of it first, maybe, and then you start
yeah,
believing.
you definitely have to get a little taste of it. It's just like a muscle, just like working out, going to the gym. You got to work at it, just like anything else, and just keep on keeping on. Even when times are tough, it's not going to be, a good day every day. Your ROI is not going to be the best every single day. You just got to stick with it and keep testing new things until you're where you want to be. So
I always tell people that the three pillars of success are taking massive action, remaining focused, and then just not giving up too soon. Would you agree with that, or is there any other little bits that you could throw into that? And for you, from your experience,
totally agree. I just think that you have to really believe in yourself that you can do it. Anyone can do it. Everyone says that, but if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not super smart. I'm like a straight A student in high school. I just followed the training and kept at it. And when things weren't tough, I have other mentors and peers I can talk to and get the information I need to make the tweaks I need to make. To make things profitable.
how important have mentors been in your success path?
Oh, they're everything. Without mentors, without you, Gary, I wouldn't be here. So, you changed my life.
That.
I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you saying that. I have mentors too. Mentors that put me on a path. Yeah. So mentors are important. Maybe getting a little taste of it so that you can envision it for yourself and see that it's real. One of the things that as a mentor, you've been a mentor for over a year now to our students.
Yeah.
And you've helped I would venture dozens, if at least over 10 people through that year get onto the leaderboards on ClickBank and become some of the top super affiliates in the world just through your coaching. So you've witnessed these transformations happen in people. I like to think that a lot of it is what you said. It's like getting a little taste of it, and that's where they just they come online. It's like suddenly they are awake and they realize this is real, and then that's when it all starts to come together for them. Would you agree that that's true, or what is that moment when they, what causes them to start believing in themselves?
You said something to me in Bali that made sense, and I thought about it a lot. You said to me, if you see an opportunity, grab it, take that. That shit's yours.
That's right.
I really took that to heart, and I thought about that a lot. And you see an opportunity, you got to grab it while it's there.
Yeah.
So if you see ROI, you see something trending, you see something doing well, scale it. It's scalable. Just scale it as much as you can, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I know that there was a period in my life where I would just kind of not really have that strong belief that, I guess, but I just adopted this attitude that if it's, if you want to manifest something in your life or you want to bring, opportunity to yourself, it's it's going to present itself to you, but most people fail when they just don't fucking just take it, it's yours. And I think that go get it attitude is so important, it's don't wait around for somebody to do it for you. It's not going to happen. It's like adopting this aggressive sort of attitude that no, that's mine. It's mine. I'm gonna take it. Fuck it. But I love that.
And like you said before, you say I'm like a bull. Yeah. If I see something, I kind of I hit it hard.
Yeah.
Hard as I can.
Yeah, that's what I told Nick. I told him when he was here in Bali. I said, I look at you. And I think that you're this bull. You have this attitude. Like other people will sit around and just watch from the sidelines. But Nick isn't like that. He takes massive action on what he does. He does focus. and he never gives up. You know, at the end, after 3 years, you're still cranking away. I mean, how much money did you say you made last month?
$160,000.
$160, right? So
$160,000.
Oh, $160,000. Okay, small little adjustment here. $160,000 that you made last month, 3 years after you started. A lot of people will say, like, yeah, it's just a flash in the pan. You know, it's one time. People make money once and then they give up. Not if you are consistent, right? Not if you keep at it. Not if you don't give up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just never give up. I mean, you can't fail if you don't give up. So.
That's true. Yeah, you're just on your path to success. You know.
You're just learning 99 ways it doesn't work or whatever not.
To find the one that does.
Yep.
So I mean, you know, so this last little victory that you've had, you know, this path that you're on right now, where you're cranking away and making a bunch of money. I'm all about freedom. Like, I'm here in Bali, and a lot of people have probably heard me talk about, you know, that I'm on this path to ultimate freedom, trying to uncover and experience the world through the eyes where, you know, it's like I am free in every way, not just financially free, but free in every way. And I like to put myself in the middle of an environment that makes me feel like I am free. I want to have a view. Like, I love this view that I'm at right here, right
Jealous,
now.
man. Jealous, yeah.
It's
Rub
like,
it in.
This whole place is like a sea of rice fields. What about you? What is it that what do you do in your daily life that makes you feel inspired to work for this? You know, like, is there something that helps you be more creative? Is there some tools that you can share with the audience that help you just keep focused? And
for me personally, it'd be my son right now. You know, he's new to my life, and I love him to death. And you know, he makes it all worthwhile for me. You know, just being able to stay at home, take care of him. I mean, that's huge for me. You know, that tops everything for me. If I can do that, I'm happy.
Good daddy.
For now.
Good daddy. Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd like, maybe we can focus a little bit on, I don't know, that person who's sitting out there right now watching this, who just doesn't really believe that it's possible for him or for her. Do you think, from all the people that you've helped, do you think that this is possible for anyone? Or do you think it's just special people that had it coming, you know?
It's definitely possible for anyone. Anyone.
How do you know that, though?
I've coached for the last 12 months, 3 years. So I've had some students that were just really difficult to coach, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, extremely difficult. And they were able to make it work. So
if somebody's difficult to coach, what does that mean exactly? Give me an example of something that they would do.
They don't know drag and drop something on their computer.
Oh, like technically challenged.
Pretty bad.
There's a lot of those. What else? What are some of the other things that people might make them difficult?
Just there's so many things.
Have you encountered
if you just know
issues?
basic computers, if you got that down, you're golden. All the other people, they didn't even know the basic drag and drop stuff for, you know, using a computer.
So what is the biggest obstacle that most people face? Is it technical challenges, or is it something more here in the mind? You know, is it more mindset stuff, or is it you know, like maybe they're limited on funds to get started, or maybe they don't have the time? Like, what are the things that you think prevent people from having success? If we just identify those things.
Well, long-term success or short-term success?
I mean, just say your mentor students, like in general, when they come on, they come through the front door unsuccessful, and they go out the other door successful. What the fuck happens in those 90 days that a lot of them have their success in the first 30 days of the program or 45 days? What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what are we doing, right? What are we doing to people that are having them go 40 years, 50 years, 60 years without success, and then in 40 days, it's like suddenly now here they are making as much in 1 month as a typical doctor in Oklahoma makes in a year. What the fuck are you doing there, man?
It's really a lot easier than most people think. It's not rocket science, it's super simple. Anyone could do it if you have a mentor. It's 10 times easier, it cuts the learning curve down. So
you're just telling people what to do, right? More or less.
Exactly. I pretty much hand them stuff that's already worked before, and they got it. So.
Do you find that people still, even when you just hand them stuff, do you find that they still have obstacles to get over as well? Like,
it's the same. Yeah. I mean, when you were mentoring me way back when, you handed me stuff, and I still had obstacles, but I'd contact you and you coach me through them. Right. Same deal. So same obstacles. It's really just the belief system. Really, a lot of people they'll hit it, a good week or two, and then it'll go away, and they'll go, oh, how do I get that back?
So they need that really constant reinforcement from their mentor.
It's really just stick with the program, keep testing stuff that I tell you to test, and then eventually they tap in. But
are you creating like relationships with your students? I mean, do you feel like do you feel close to them? Like
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like me and you, Gary.
Yeah. Well, you have a bonding experience with somebody, like as a mentor, with you, Nick. I mean, I look at you like family almost, because I've seen this transition in you, through the years, and it means a lot because I know that as a mentor, I know that I have the ability to make dramatic change, not just in your life, but I see you talk about your son, and I can feel like the genuineness, the authenticity in your feelings for your son. And I look at I played a little role in helping you help your son, and it just, that the impact that you make on somebody, it's not just that person, their ego, oh yes, I'm successful. That's not it. It's that it changes your life, and it's going to change the life of your child. It's going to change the life of your wife, and your mom is going to look at you different. Your family looks at you differently. Your friends look at you differently. You're a transformed person. Is that?
Yeah, I said you goosebumps. right on the money.
So that's what it's all about, And now, as a student, you will admire your mentor as well, because Annette. I mean, I don't know if Victoria tells you this, or if any of your other students, sit down and just show their gratitude toward you or not. But I do know that they know how important you were in their victory, over themselves.
Right.
It's just like a son or a daughter. They don't always, they love their parents. They do, but they don't always communicate it very well, but inside, that they know, and so you're impacting people, and that's one of the greatest things, one of the greatest gifts I think that I've discovered in the last few years is if you commit yourself to really changing somebody's life, if you care about other people, you get the blessing of happiness, of joy, of just knowing that you're important to somebody and to their kids and to all the people that they impact. The power of the mentor program. Yeah,
it's very, very rewarding. So I will say.
What's your future, man? I mean, you got a bank account full of money right now. I mean, I'm sure you've got to set down, lay down in bed at night, kind of look up at the ceiling, and you got worries. You still have things that are, it's still, life doesn't change, right? When you make a bunch of money, I mean, have all your problems gone away?
No. It helps though. Money does help, that's for sure.
It definitely does help. I would rather be depressed and rich than to be depressed and poor.
Exactly.
But so I mean, are you figuring it out though? Are you you're thinking, you're gonna change your life in other ways? Do you see yourself moving, getting a bigger house, a nicer car? Are you still just trained on something else
I think. I want to have more kids, so probably a bigger house, nicer car, Nothing crazy though. I'm not going to go and just blow a bunch of money.
So what is it? What is it about financial freedom then? Like, what does that mean to you? What is financial freedom to you?
For me, it's just being able to be at home with my family and go out when I want with my family and do things, on my time. I work from home, I still mentor and stuff, but I can schedule around that stuff. And I enjoy to do that, I work for a boss, I got to be there from 9 to 5 every single day, and man, that flooring job was a backbreaker. My knee still hurts today from doing
Really? Oh, I can imagine, yeah. Man.
So, it's just, I wouldn't mind doing a flooring job every here and there, but it's just not something I wanted to do until, 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me. So
it's like football, man.
Because I wanted to find a way out, just a way out from that,
that reality.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, have you realized though? Have you really sat back and realized that you are the guy, right? That people are watching this video and you're the guy that these other young guys, because listen, when I got on the phone and I spoke with a bunch of our students, there came a point, like when we were opening up the mentor program, for example, I got on the phone and talked to a bunch of our students, and a lot of them gravitated toward you and your story. They're like, I can really resonate with Nick. He's like a flooring contractor. He's just like this really down-to-earth guy. He's got a great attitude. I like him. I would love to work with him. So I know that, certain people gravitate towards certain people. We have Bonnie and Nick and Jay and we have Matt and we have Victoria and Annette, and everybody, just people gravitate toward other people, toward different people. But for you, there's a certain type of person that seems to really gravitate toward you, and your story resonates with them. And there's a bunch of people out in our audience right now. Do you realize in this moment right now that there are a shit ton of people that look at you and aspire to be you? They want to make $160,000 this month. They want to be financially free. They want to have all the free time. I mean, are you aware in the moment that you kind of are like where you aspired to be before 3 years ago?
I'm aware of it, It takes a minute to kind of grasp it, but yeah, I'm aware of it, and I like it on this side. I want everything on this side.
I do too.
And I really I think I connect with people that were just as hungry as me, that wanted out of that life, waking up every morning, being tired, coming home, having a few hours with your family, going back to sleep, and repeating the same process every day. It's fine, So when I talk to some of my students and they relate some of that stuff to me, I mean, it really relates to me, and I connect with them.
Pulls you back.
Yeah, it does.
Can you tell me a story about any student that you've had where you've just felt like, wow, I really helped this person?
Robbie was a good one. He was just, he's around my age, hard worker, super hungry. He just wanted it bad, and I could just feel it from him, and we just related. We're on the same wavelength, and he would just, every day we'd connect and we'd go back and forth until he got it, until it started clicking with him. And he did 250,000 in a month.
Really?
So,
wow, that's amazing.
So he topped the mentor.
Wow, yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Then you're a good mentor if your student can go. I mean, he didn't start out doing that kind of money, but how long did it take him to get there?
It took him like 2 months.
Really? Wow. And did he share with you any gratitude? Did he explain to you like how his life had changed at all? I think we might have done an interview with him.
Super grateful, super good guy,
How does it make you feel though to be able to have that impact, to know that you sat down with this guy, he was hungry, and you gave him what he needed to help him make $250,000 in 60 days? How does that make you feel? Have you ever stop and think about it?
yeah, it makes me feel great. You know, even better than making all the money myself is I changed someone else's life, like you said earlier. You know, it feels amazing. I mean, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a firefighter because that's just my personality. I like helping people. You know, I guess some people are just born that way. You know, and it just feels good. You know, when I help someone out and help their family out, like you said earlier.
I appreciate that about you, Nick. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, you sat here and you made $160,000 last month, and you're still a mentor. I mean, you're giving your time to other people.
Mhm.
That kind of touches me deep, you know, because that's how I am too. You know, it's like, listen, I have enough money, I could retire today and never have to work another day in the rest of my life. My children would be taken care of. My family would be taken care of, and yet here I am, you know, doing all of this stuff here that nobody even realizes, you know. But I would wake up in the morning, I have a team of people all around me. I'm working my ass off every day, not on ads, because that's like a 15-minute a day ritual. But everything else, there's so many other people out there that we can affect, you know, that we can touch their lives, and that's what it's all about. It's like, if I were done by making money, if that were the end of it, I just might as well just die now, you know, die rich. Congratulations, Gary, I did it. But that's not it. That's not it. It's about
There's more.
a lot more to life, man. On the other side of that door. Well, man, I mean, I think this has been it's a short little interview, but I think it's been a very insightful peek into your life 3 years after you started. 3 years, and you're still cranking away, having the best time of your life, the best, you know, so successful still, changing people's lives. So, awesome. I mean, I hope that you can continue to do that.
Definitely.
One request that I have from you, Nick, and I want you to publicly acknowledge, or you can say yes, you can say no. I want your happy dance.
All right.
Can you do it? Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to do the roboto or something. That's the
I'm kind of in here, so I don't have enough room.
No, that's cool, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna make it a common running theme. Everybody who makes, you know, $1,000 a day or more, they owe us a happy dance.
Hell yeah.
Cool, man. All right, well, thanks for joining me. I know it's getting late there in California, and it's about lunchtime here in Bali. Thanks a lot for showing up, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for everything that you do. Thanks for changing people's lives. Proud of you, man. Proud of you for all the work that you've done, commitment that you've had. You're a stand-up guy. Any of the students who have you as their mentor are lucky, in my opinion. So simple, the way that you operate, man. I think the other mentors look up to you because you do it in such a simple way. You know, it's like you said. You may not be a straight A student or a super, like the intelligent guy in the room by the typical standards, but what you are is that you know what's important and you know how to cut out all the fat and go straight to what matters, and that's what makes you one of the best. Yeah. Well, not only that, but you know what's not important. You know how to get from where you are, or from where you were to where you are now, and how to help other people do that. You're more effective than almost any other mentor that I've seen, and that's because you just know how to fucking bull your way, take yourself, and show somebody else how to do the same thing to that success. And so you have a real talent, you have a real gift. So it's great that you're able to share that with other people. So I don't know if you get thanked enough, but I want to thank you for everything that you're doing for our students. It means a lot, man.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, Gerry, for everything you've done for me. It really means a lot to me, so appreciate it.
Well, I'm happy to be able to do that. It's going to be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
All right, man.
So,
well, have a good night, man.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, see you, man. Bye.